Hi there, my name is Wheeler Beck, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. I've just finished watching Red Dwarf, the feature-length Red Dwarf, The Promised Land, and boy, did they knock it out the park. It was, I think, probably one of the best, I think it was one of the best single episodes they've ever done by nature of just being so big and having so much they can put into it. But I think this is Red Dwarf at its best. Yeah, every season you get one or two episodes which are really just prime, fantastic Red Dwarf, and that was the entirety of this episode. This episode, it played to me kind of like the best of Red Dwarf, the greatest hits, and it really, that's what it was. It really was everything you loved about Red Dwarf in this 90-minute, and it really encapsulated everything I think that worked about it. So that my biggest and first impression was how Red Dwarf has managed to avoid the wokeness of the era. Yeah, how's it managed to do? How's it managed not to have to like shoehorn characters in who have to say they're trans or they're they're gay, and how did it manage to do that? And I think the way it did it is just by ignoring the insane people who live on Twitter that the BBC bends over backwards and lives to appease. The reason they bend over backwards and live to appease them, because they are them. Every organisation is made up of people, and the people in the BBC make up the BBC, and I think the majority of the entertainment media are idiots who live on Twitter who think it's real. It is not real. If you just ignore them, they can't do anything. They have zero power. Their power is completely imagined. And Doug Naylor, and the entire cast and crew. I don't think there was ever any thought that they weren't inclusive or diverse, because we live in a naturally inclusive and diverse society, and we have done for freaking decades. And again, they know that, so they didn't have to do anything to be diverse and inclusive. It's only people who think oh my God, we're living under tyranny, we're living under those naughty people from the 1930s Germany have taken over secretly. If any people who are filled with that insanity have to shoehorn in these ridiculous tokenism, which thank God Red Dwarf has managed to stay clear of. And because of that, it's retained a sense of freaking humour and was genuinely funny. I can't remember when I saw a comedy that actually made me laugh out loud, literally laugh out, and this made me do that over and over again. Okay, but before I get into the body of the review, the review is pretty much over, actually, I think, because I'm just saying, it's great, I love it. Before we get into the body of the review, guys, can I ask you to hit the subscribe button? Hit that subscribe button today. Yeah, it's Passover. Give me a little Passover present. Hit the subscribe button and make a rabbi happy. I know that's something that I'm sure you all live and breathe to do. Make a rabbi, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share button. All those things are fantastic. I want to show my appreciation. You know why I want to show my appreciation? Because I am appreciative. I am genuinely appreciative. And so go look at the video notes. There's a Doctor Who audio story you can download starring Nicholas Briggs as a doctor made in the mid-80s. What's this one called? Geopath. It's like a standalone story. It's a fun... I was going to say a fun story. It's an interesting story, and it's made by a fan group called Audio Visuals that later went on to become Big Finish. And I give stuff away each week on the channel. Stuff I'm giving away this week is Black Orchid. Black Orchid, the historical two-part story starring Peter Davison. But I figure that's kind of a little bit light. We needed to beef this prize up a little bit. So I'm throwing in with it for Doomsday, Peter Davison's first story he recorded as a doctor. All you need to win it is subscribe to the channel. Subscribing being the awfully important part from my perspective. Subscribe to the channel and leave the hashtag celery. Hashtag celery, and do the prize draw on Sunday whilst I'm on the TARDIS. Fine, so let's talk about Red Dwarf. Again, it was just glorious. It was just fun. The production values perfect. Everything there just worked well. They weren't cinematic, but they did everything they wanted to do. The special effects was actually better than it's been for a while. The script, I think, really hung together and did something interesting and fun and very Red Dwarf. Red Dwarf is essentially having a drunken chat down the pub with this funny, intelligent guy who likes science fiction, who likes philosophy, and it will just take the piss. That's what Red Dwarf is, a TV show version of that person, and it works gloriously. Everybody is completely on form. They fit seamlessly back into their characters. I mean, they was only like a year or so ago since they played. What was it? Since 2009, they've done 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the 5th thing they've done in about just over 10 years. So they do something every other year. this format really, really freaking works. I think it works well because, well, for a few reasons. Firstly, I'm really glad they kept the studio audience. You know, when they were going to do a 90-minute thing, I was concerned they were going to go like very cinematic and not have a studio audience. And I don't think that works well with Red Dwarf. I think that's really why Back to Earth, was, I would say, a failure. I think it's the only thing that was really truly a failure in the Red Dwarf canon. I think it really needs that interaction, that interactiveness with the audience, because Danny John Jules and Craig Charles, they mug to the audience, they relate to you, they have a rapport with the audience, and that brings you into the humor and makes it laugh. And the humor is just really spot on. I don't. It made me actually laugh out loud. Something that happens very, very, very rarely. So the plot. Oh yeah. So I was saying why I think this format works. This format works because it feels like it's a real struggle for Doug Naylor to come up with 6 stonking great science fiction ideas each year. And you get like 2 or 3 episodes that are really great, or you get like 1 or 2 episodes, especially in these post BBC seasons, these Dave seasons that are really, really good. And I just think because it's just like he's running out of core ideas. He's very good at the fun interaction with the characters, who are so incredibly well drawn and known by at this point. Yeah, I think he has. I think he's fine with that. But the actual core overall structure of a story, only having to find one of those and making it a 90-minute one, really freaking works. It really, really works, and I really hope this is the format they move forward with. If they could do like 1 or 2 of these a year, it'd be fantastic. Honestly, I'll be happy with these, one of these every couple of years. Okay, if I'm giving my wish list, I want to see a Christmas Red Dwarf. That would be fan-freaking-tastic. That would be smacking great. Oh, man. That would be so much fun. So, as I said, the basic plot of this, it involves the species that the cat is from. The cat... part of the history of Red Dwarf is Dave Lister has a cat, and he smuggled the cat on board. They want to take the cat away to be dissected, and Dave protects the cat. So he's sent into not isolation? He's sent into stasis. During that time, there's a massive nuclear leak, a radiation leak on the ship, killing everyone, sending it into deep space. 3 million years later, Dave Lister is woken up from stasis, and in that time there's an entire species had evolved from his pregnant cat that he saved, that he put in the ship's hold, and they grew up, and there's just one of them left, and it's the cat from Red Dwarf, and the other cats had gone off in an ark. One of the arks got destroyed. So this concerned the another section of catdom, and the meeting up with Red Dwarf. So again, one of the ideas that I think that really, really worked. It bounced along really, really nicely. Again, just really great Red Dwarf scene after great Red Dwarf scene, and it's all, and I think it's all really predictable. You can see the jokes coming, and you just like them more for that. So for me, this is a recommend. This is a really strong, really strong recommend. I think 2020 has been a bit of a funky year, but I think this is perhaps the best science fiction television offering. Or maybe I'm talking on the top of my head because I've only just seen it. And I haven't really sat down and thought about it deeply. But I think this is probably one of the best science fiction offerings that I think we've had in years, literally years. And I think it's all just down to avoiding this woke insanity, which is infecting everything. So anyway, strong recommend. I really enjoyed it. If you haven't seen it yet, go and check it out. If you've never seen Red Dwarf, go check out Red Dwarf. It's tons of freaking fun. My name is Wheeler Beck, and the Rabbi from that planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.